Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Pranav Rao, and in today's video we will be going through the machine called as Chemistry from HackTheBox. It's a Linux operating system which is categorized under the easy section of HackTheBox. It has a web application which we need to be exploiting. It had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun solving this machine, so I just want to showcase how I did it and how are the steps that we need to be following. And just a side note, if you're watching this on YouTube now, which means that the machine is retired as per the policies of Hack the Box, that no streaming or blog posting or sharing any such information related contents on the internet for some whatever reason, like to preserve the challengeness or that playfulness or something like that, whatever the rules is. But if you're watching this on YouTube, which means that this machine is retired, you can find it under the retired section of Hack the Box's page. It might be under the free section for some time, but then if it is not, you might have to be a pro version or a VIP user for accessing it. Fine. Side note aside, I mean, this video is not sponsored. It's just me doing it out of my own will. But Hack the Box, if you are willing to sponsor, you know where to find me. With that, let's just get into the challenge, right? Here's my screen. So we have got the IP address which I have copied right now, and just also before I just dive into the challenge, you can find all these related blogs, posts related to all the hack the box machines and all those things from my personal website called as pranavarao.tech, where you can go under the write-up section. There you will find related to hack the box, try hack me, and all. More are yet to come, but then yeah, I will post it as soon as I get some time to post it here. Fine. With that, let's just continue with the challenge here. Let's copy the IP address once again, and I will make sure I'll have a note in my notepad. I usually do my notes in my Obsidian, but then since I already have solved this machine, the same write-ups are going to be shown here. For that reason, I just don't want to mix up things. I will minimize this just in case I need to refer my materials. Okay, but then IP address is here. I'll just make all the notes on a mouse pad. I mean, it's important to make notes. Other than that, which application you use is not a big of a matter. Okay, so IP address is what I have got is this one. Now, always the first step once you get an IP address is to perform a scan to understand what and all ports are being used and what are the services running in that target system. For that, we'll be performing a nmap scan. Now, what I will do is I will go to my directory inside Hack the Box and then create a directory called as YouTube, because this is a new virtual machine. So inside YouTube, what I will do is create another directory for our or for our machine today. So it's chemistry. So inside chemistry, I will perform all these things. So I'll let's have a nmap scan done here and save all the results here itself. Or else no, mkdir nmap. I'll create another folder. Inside this, I'll save the reports of nmap. Okay, so the command which I most of the time use is for scanning any target system in using an IP address is going to be sudo nmap-sc. It's going to be running a script scan. So it is going to check for all the default vulnerabilities or default scripts, which is going to be identifying the headers and all the responses and all those such information. It's going to be doing it there. We might require it. So I will always choose the option of -sc, which is going to run the script scan, then -sv, which is going to look for the versions of the services which are running. You never know what version might be vulnerable or what you need to be exploiting it. So I also want to know the versions of the open port, whatever is present. Then that's all. These are the two main things which we want right now. But then because I don't want to wait for the output to show up, I mean, with all the detailed description, it might take some time during the recording, or even if you're just performing this, I want a verbose output. So if I see any common ports or anything like that, I can just dive in and then try to solve it. So I'll use the option -vv, which is going to give a verbose, and it's the level 2. Then I want to make the scan a little fast, so I will use -t option, which is going to make the scan be really fast. And then I will want to save the output in my nmap folder. Then I will name it as chemistry.nmap. So this is going to be saving the file. chemistry.nmap dot and all those different types of format of nmap saving the results, it's going to be saved under the nmap folder. So this is how I want it to be, which is to run the script scan, look for the versions of the services which are running, and then it's going to give us the output. So I'll press enter, and that has started to scan for the different services in the target system. Now on top itself, we look at port 22 and port 5000 to be present, and both are running on TCP itself. So port 22 is usually for SSH services where we need to be connecting into the remote server and thing like that. We can use SSH service for connecting in. But then port 5000 is not a common port number which is usually enabled or by default by any of the services until unless you have allowed that particular service itself to be running. So here we see that in port 5000, there is a HTTP service which is running, which is uncommon, but then maybe just for the filtering or the as per the requirements, they have set HTTP to be hosted on port 5000. That's good. So now for how do we proceed further, right? So now I've got to know the two ports. The easy way how I can start to exploit is to filter out what I can't be doing and what I have and what I want to be doing. So what I can't be doing is to log into SSH. Why? Because I don't have the passwords or username for the user, whoever is present in the system. I don't know who the user is. And of course, I can use Hydra and all, try to brute force it, but then that's not the first step to be performing. That's usually once you have no other place to go through, you can perform such attacks. But now HTTP is what I got, which is where I can go. Okay, so HTTP is a web application. Anyone has access to a web application. So there we might get a login page or anything like that. That we'll deal later. But then we have a HTTP server, which is a web application that is running there. Now, for a web application, I can have two methods to access it. I mean, it's not two methods exactly. It's basically same thing itself, the same step itself, but then the way how I want to access it. Either I can access it through the IP address, whatever I've got from there, or I can assign a domain name to this. To assign a domain name, I'll just showcase it here. I will run the command sudo. I've already run sudo nano etc hosts. So it's a file where you can modify or you can assign a domain name, a local domain address to the IP address of our target system. So as you can already see that for the same IP address, I have assigned this domain name. Now this is from my past. When I was solving this, I had entered this, but then it's not compulsory. If you want, you can enter this value where you paste in the IP address and then say chemistry.htb, or you can assign whatever name you want to give that, and that will do the job. So I will press Ctrl X. I don't want to edit it because I've already edited. So any other option, any option, either the IP address or the domain name will get you to the same page. So for the people who are following the IP address, just enter the IP address, then :5000. That will give you the page. Or else you can even, if you're following with the local domain name, what you can do is type HTTP and then say chemistry and then chemistry.htb and then you say 5000. So that'll give you the same page. Now don't worry if you're having a different UI. This is because of the extensions that I have here. I like to have a darker screen. That's why I keep this enabled. So other than that, everything else is everything else should be same except my UI. So if you want to have a darker theme, you can use this dark reader, which is going to give you the same dark effect here. Now, what we see is a login page or a register page for something related to chemistry CIF analyzer. Let me just take a sip of water. It's always important to stay hydrated. Okay, so it says, welcome to chemistry CIF analyzer. This tool allows you to upload a CIF a crystal, I'm not even going to pronounce it, I don't know, and analyze the structural contained within. So fine, that's something that we need to be doing, something to upload or something like that, which gives us a hint, kind of a hint that there could be some file upload or something. Okay, now let's register. Let's register a username called as hacker and password as hacker. So that we'll have a user for logging into the application and then explore what and how the application behaves and what and all it does. So let's click on the register option and we get a nice dashboard view. So it says, please provide a valid CIF file. An example is available here. Okay, let's click on that. And it's asking for us to download some file. So let's go to my folder, Hack the Box, and then to YouTube, chemistry. Yeah, chemistry, and then I'll click on save. So it was named as example.cif. So example.cif file is there. And other than that, it says browse, maybe which is to select the same file. Let's not do that right now. And then it gives file name, actions, and logout option. Let's look at the source code of this page. That looks very simple. There is nothing to see here, nothing interesting like comments or something like that. So then we have uploads folder. Yeah, it's going to be uploading to the uploads folder. So other than that, we don't see anything useful for us. Now we'll go through the file that we just downloaded. So coming here, we see example.cif file here. It'll be a good idea if I just open it through a normal editor than through nano or anything like that. So yeah, example.cif. So in this mouse pad, whatever I've opened, it looks like this kind of data. Wait, okay, it looks like this kind of data where we have data example. Let's say cell length A something, cell length B something, C something, and all those stuff. I don't know how this works. I don't know what this content is or anything like that. But then this is what it is. I guess it's something related to the cells or something like that. We can even Google search. Let's just Google search and see what exactly CIF file is. I did not do it while I was solving it. So let's search. What is CIF file? I want to understand it. So let's go to Wikipedia and then look at it. So I'll not pronounce this. I don't know what is this. Crystallographic information file. Oh, okay. Crystallographic information file. The standard text file format for representing crystallographic information formulated by International Union of Crystallography. It was developed. Okay, fine. I guess it's something related to crystals. What is the distance between the carbon to carbon and all those things? I guess, I mean, the bonds and all those things. I see H and O, which I guess is water, H2O, which I just drank. Okay, so we see this some file format here. That's good. Something that we can deal with. Let's click on browse and let's understand the functionality of this web application. So let's go to the same file that it gave us. Let's go to YouTube. Then example.cif, and then click on open. Then click on upload. It has uploaded the example.cif file here. What will happen? I have two options now, view and delete. So let's click on view, and it says chemistry CIF data formula H1O1. What is H1O1? It's not possible. There will be a one lone pair deficiency or electron deficiency in the oxygen molecule, because the oxygen atom should have two bonds be formed. That's why we have H2O. Or it can even have three bonds formed where with the hydrogen, which makes the water acidic in nature. Whenever you have an atom dropped, like, which is electrophilic, sorry, not electrophilic, which is yeah, electrophilic, the H displaces it. Okay, fine. I'll not give my chemistry's knowledge here. But then it has some stuff in here. It has density, volume, and all those things. Alpha, beta, gamma, and all those things written there. H there, Y there, O there, and XYZ of something which I have no idea about. Okay, fine. So let's go back. And what will happen if I click on delete? And that's just deleting the file. Okay, that's good. So we understand that the files are being uploaded to the web page, and we can view that file and also delete that file. No editing or tampering in between. That's good. So what will happen? Let's take a copy of this and then create a new file. Put this in here, and if I say we see some text strings here. What if I say a double quotes or something like that? Just that. I'll name this file in the same folder itself. Hack the box, YouTube, chemistry, and I will rename it similar to example1.cif. and that is saved. Let's browse for that file, caf example1.caf. Open, then upload, and it does not give anything else. Let's click on view. Here we don't see any information to be changed or anything like that. Okay, which did not give any effect to it. Fine. I don't know how this works. So what we'll do is let's Google search related to how do we exploit, if there is anything related to an exploit in this. So first thing that I will Google is a CIF file upload exploit. As simple as that. So we see our payloads, all things upload. Okay, that's one thing here. But then we also see that CVE, this some vulnerability is present there. Let's just randomly open all. Okay, there is a write up. At the time of recording, we are not supposed to be having a write up, but then we'll not go through that. We'll not look through it. But still, I'm showcasing it here. Okay, fine. So we see something related to all payload things. There's an upload insecure files. I don't see anything useful here. Let's go here. Basically, we get a web application which showcases about this exploit. So what is this? So we have an exploit of 2024 23346, which is related to. I have gone through this blog page. Okay, so which is related to the same file format. As you can see here, it has something similar to what structure we had in our mouse pad. Can't I split the window? Okay, so it is something similar to what we had in our page. So this is the vulnerability that we'll be exploiting in this challenge now. So you can go through the blog post or anything. I will link down the link below, or you can just Google search too. So this explains where the way how this application behaves whenever we upload this thing, and when it is being passed by the backend with the data. I mean, we saw it here that if I upload this file example.caf file and then click on upload, so this is all fine. But when I click on view to format it into such structure and display and all those things, there is some vulnerability there. So the way how it unpacks it and then does the work of assigning different values to different locations, there is some vulnerability there. That's what this application or this blog post is showcasing, the vulnerabilities in there. To exploit this vulnerability, all that we have to do is to do a small change in our file, which I realized a little later after going through this blog post and some other blog posts. This is some harmful programs ahead. Okay, let's close it because I'm recording. I don't know what I might find further. So okay, this GitHub page also showcases the same thing, where they raise an issue to them related to the vulnerability. Okay, so for the exploit, all that you have to do is to copy this part of the section. That is the payload which is going to be running whatever we want it to be running later on when it's going to be unpacking it. So what I will do is I'll come back to this page of example1.caf and then I will paste in what I copied. So from here, I just want to edit one small thing, which is you know what? This looks so bad. Let's copy it from here because that's what I copied, and it gives a the full line of it. So let's replace this. It's the same content, but then the formatting of it is good compared to that one. Okay, so we put in the same payload here, and small thing that I want to do is instead of it creating a file called as pond, what I want it to do is I want it to give me a reverse shell back to me. I guess my mic comes in between there. Okay, so what I will run the command is I'll just zoom in just for everyone to be able to see. I will run bash no slash bin slash bash and then -c, and then I will say a payload. So we want to generate a payload for getting reverse shell. Let's come back to a new page and search for rev shell generators or revshells.com, and then create a normal bash I script here for getting a reverse shell. So my IP address is 10.10.14.128, and then the port number what I want is 12345. Then let's copy this one. Let's copy this and then paste it in here. I might be wrong with the way the slash is going to be behaving. uh I don't know any other way to just look into it. Let that be there. Let's see. Let's figure that out later. And then I will copy the listener command, which is nothing but running through netcat to listen for any incoming request. So I will open a terminal in side by side view, and then I will paste in this listener here and then keep it running just in case we forget it later. So we have the reverse shell generated here. So that is it. All that I have to do is to have this thing. Then let's save this entire file. So it is saved. And then what I will do is let's come back to this page. Then let's go back. Then let's delete the example.cif. Then click on browse, example1.cif, open, then upload. That should not raise any issue. Then let's click on view. It says internal server error, which means yes, there was some error with the syntax that I entered. So hyphen the slash, I guess. Or I might be wrong totally. Okay, let's just change the slash and then check. Let's browse. Wait, let's delete this one. Then browse example1.cif, open, upload, and then view. Oh, it says internal server error again. Okay, good. Not good actually. Why is that happening now? So it says bin bash and then -cs running this for the reverse shell. That should. Oh wait, I forgot to add in a quotes to it because I want this to be running as a command, right? So maybe those syntaxes were giving it an issue. So if that's the case, let's put in a slash here. Then let's click on save. Maybe that was an issue. Let's okay, not found. Fine. Then refresh. No, why are you showing it to me? Fine. Then browse. Let's make sure I have saved it. Okay. Coming back here, see example1.caf, open, upload, and view. Oh, internal server error. Okay, this is strange. Okay, let's go to cancel and remove that in total itself. Okay, so what bin bash -c does is, let me. Oh, okay, it tried to contact me. That's good. Okay, I did not see that. So what did it say? No such file or directory. Where did this come? Oh, I should have made sure that I was keep monitoring that. Let's click on view once again. Okay, then it's proper. Then it's proper. It's in the right way itself. Good. We need to just change this. We need to remove that. Then click on save. Browse example1.caf. Open. Upload. View. Oh yeah, we got a shell access to it. Okay, fine, good. So again, there was no slash then. I thought we need to provide it. Okay, whatever. Now we got a shell back to our system here, to our local system. So now what can we do here? We see ls, we see app.py, instance, static, templates, uploads, folders. Nothing much interesting, I guess, there. So what I will do is look at my present working directory. I want to know where I am. So I'm in the home app directory. So going one folder back, we see app and Rosa as the two users. So let's go to Rosa, her folder, and then look at ls user.txt cat user. No, cat user.txt. Let's say is permission denied. Oh, okay. That's something that we need to deal with now. Fine, but then what should I do now? So if that's if there is no access to it, I can go to the cd directory and then look for the var folder. We might find something interesting there, like the backups, ls. Okay, nothing interesting to us. ls cd mail ls, we don't see any file there. Just 1 second. Okay, I just got some disturbance. I had to attend to something. Okay, so we were just trying to look at for the files and folders all around the system. But then after a little bit of searching and all those things, I later realized that there is no exactly useful folders other than to come to the home directory of the app user. And then here we see files like app.py, statistic, templates, uploads, and all those things. So going through the instance, for example, so instance folder, uh, we see database.db file. So this file contains something very interesting for us here. Let's try to change the view of the terminal. Yeah, and then I'll say cat database.db and then press enter. So here we see a list of database files and the contents inside it. For example, it has something maybe like select user or create table or something like that, and all those things. But then surprisingly, we see something like users present here. For example, I can just showcase where is the bracket? Where is the starting of the bracket? I can't see. We see Axel, AXEL, and then some hashes related to that person, I guess, Crystal or something like that. But then, interestingly, we see M Rosa, which is the user who is present in our home directory. So if I do ls home, it's the same user who is present there. So Rosa, which is quite interesting, which gives us an idea that this part of the thing which I've selected is the hash of this user. So to verify if that is true, what we'll do is let's copy this, and in our local system, which is our Kali Linux or your attack box, what we'll do is we'll identify what kind of hash is that. So we can use a command hash id and then paste in the hash. That gives us some kind of summary related to what kind of hash that could be. So MD2 not probably, but MD5 could be a hash of this whatever hash we have got. It could be that file format. Now, if that is the hash of some password, then we can try to crack it using Rocku and John the Ripper. So what we will do is let's try to crack for this. I will create a folder or a file, not a folder exactly. So echo, and I'll paste in this password into password.hash. I will name that file like that, password.hash. And here in this file, password.hash, you can see the contents of the user's password, which I mean, assuming that it's a password, we see it here. So we got the hash of that password. Now what we'll do is let's pass it through John, and then I'll say format, John format. What is it? Okay, raw, then hyphen MD5 for FOR. I have spelled it wrong there. Format is equal to raw. Yeah, we get an option now. So raw hyphen MD5, and then I will say word list is equal to, which is present in my local directory. So tools, fuzzing list, and then I'll say rocky.txt. Then I have to mention password.hash. So this is the command which can be used for completing the hash of this password. Now, to crack for the password. Now, since I've already done this compromise of this hash, I can't perform perform the reverse of it. Like I can't crack the hash right now, but then I can show what is the password, because I don't remember. I need to anyway look into it. So I'll remove the word list option. Then I will say hyphen show, and it shows me the password. So this is the password what will be cracked and what was cracked by John using the word list of rocky.txt. So we get a password there. So let's paste that inside our text file here, saying that we found a password. Let's put that in here. Okay. Now this is the password of M Rosa. So it's a good thing for us. Now what we'll do is let's exit from this terminal. Let's clear the window, and then let's log in through SSH. So SSH, let's say Rosa at chemistry.htb, and it usually asks if you want to accept the certificate on all those things. But then since I've already once accepted it, it's not going to give any option like that. All you'll have to just type in yes, and then you'll be prompted for the password. So let's paste in the password, or even if you want, you can type in, but it's not going to be visible on the terminal. Fine. So we have compromised the user Rosa at chemistry, which I can just show you through the word count of the users.txt file. And then you can see that that's the flag which was provided by HackTheBox to show that the user is compromised here. So you can submit it to their page. So we have successfully, what do we say, compromised the user. Now we need to go for the root flag. So again, if you go through scanning the entire system for any possible locations or folders where you can find interesting stuff, there is none like that. So if whenever we encounter such situation, all that we do is we use Linux privilege escalation scripts, which is going to enable us to become a privileged user from the user that we are already logged in as. So for that, I will use a command called as line piece. Now let's go to the temp directory. I will showcase about line piece in a second, but then let's go to the temp directory and then create a folder saying hacker. And inside this hacker folder, I will, it's an empty directory, I will download the line piece tool to be able to perform a Linux privilege escalation on this computer. So what I will do here is I will go to my personal directory where I have saved in all the tools, and here you can see a file called as linepiece.sh. Right now, how do we get this file? So you can just come to Google and then search for line piece, which is nothing but Linux privilege escalation awesome script. So that's what is the full form of it. You can come to any of the GitHub pages, and yeah, the page is here. You can just copy this part of the command. Okay, just copy this one and then use the command wget and then paste this thing. It is going to download the same tool, which I'm not going to be doing because I already have that file there. But what I will do here is I will start a local server using Python 3 and then say -m http.server on port 8080. Okay, just for me to host some files from this attacker's machine to the target system. And coming to the target system here, I will download the file linepiece.sh into this for me to run those privilege escalation tools. So I will say wget http, and then I will paste in the IP address of my target system. So attacker system, not the target system, 10.10.14.128. Okay, then I will say 8080. Then I will mention the file that I want to download, which is linepiece.sh, and then that should connect, and you can see 404. Okay, just a spelling error. Then let's copy this. Oh, SE is there. Okay, .sh. Let's just do that. And it says 200 OK, and it is downloading the file into the system here. Now you can see that line piece.sh is already there into the system. And this shows 200, which means it is successfully downloaded. So let's kill that session. I don't want that to be used anymore. So in this window here, what we'll do is we will run the script using bash linepiece.sh, and that should start to run this tool, which is going to go through all the Linux stuff, whatever is present in the system, and then is going to give us the output of it. So as you can see, it says caching directories, and this is nothing but some just information related to the author and what and all it's meant to do and all those information. So let's go step by step with what and all we are finding from this. So it gives us a basic information about the operating system, like it's a Linux operating system, the user who have logged in as, which is Rosa, the groups and all that is the user has access to. And then we see the host name to be chemistry. That's good. Then system information, nothing but what information it is like Ubuntu and all those stuff. Other than that, release is there, sudo version is shown. Maybe we can have a vulnerability in the sudo version to just perform privilege escalation and all those stuff. Other than that, date and time. So then environment, what and all are the things. So it also says that there's a new directory like hacker in the temp directory, which is uncommon. So it has specified it there. Then what else? We are just going through it. So it says the possible Linux exploit suggester. So it's going to suggest what and all vulnerabilities can be exploited here. So it's just showcasing it there. I did not go through any of them. I'll just showcase what I went through and I got the vulnerability. Then fine. So vulnerable to CVE 2021 3560. It says it's present. So let's just Google search till it gives me the output. What is this vulnerability about? So it says privilege escalation. This is just a bash POC script that automates the exploitation of steps mentioned in the blog. Okay, what is this about? Privilege escalation, how to get root on a Linux with 7-year-old bug. Oh, that's nice. We could exploit this one also. I'll just try this in my free time. If this is present, I will showcase this on a separate video, or then add this as a clip. Okay, I'll just remember that. Fine. With what I found out is by this time it would have given us some report. Let's just scroll down. Enough of my talking. You can just go through this. It's self-explanatory stuff. I will just go down and let's go for the very interesting stuff under the network information. We find the active ports. So active port for 5000 is what we access the web application for getting the reverse shell out to upload the CIF files and all those things. But then even in our scan, we did not get port 8080 to be shown anywhere. So if I just scroll this to the side of the terminal and perform a simple nmap scan to the port 8080 to our target system. What is the IP address of it? Is 10.10.11.38 just for port 8080. Oh, and map. It says port is closed, which means that this port, whatever is opened, is only accessible internally, right? Which means that no external person is able to access this page, which is kind of curious, which means that this could be another place that we can find some exploit in the machine. So let's try to port forward our system's connection to this address. So if I'm trying to connect through any of the port number in my system, I will forward it to this server. So I will say that the whatever service is running on port 8080 for the local host on this system is the same thing which should be provided as a service in my web browser for this particular port. That's what I want to be doing now. That's called as port forwarding. So as such, I will say my local IP address, which is 10.10.14.128, and then I will say 555. Then I will say local host, which is for the target system, and then port 8080. No, I forgot to mention -L. So -L. Then the user that we already have access to, Rosa Chemistry .htb, and then pressing enter, it'll ask us for the password. Let's paste in the password there. Press enter. That should log in us. Okay, so now if I go through my web browser for this port number, which I'll just copy from there, and I open a new tab and paste this in, I should see some page which was initially not accessible. So if I just come to this page itself, it says internal error. Okay, let's edit the URL. Not the processor, sorry. Let's change this to port 8080. It says unable to connect. So the same thing, whatever is hosted in that network or that system is available here. So we are able to access this through port forwarding. So there is some static page to us here. Okay, which is good. So if we get this page and I don't see anything here to be fruitful for us to exploit or perform anything here because everything looks static. So going to the home page is referred to the same page. It's if I click on start service, it says functionality currently not available. Stop service also gives the same kind of similar kind of stuff, and list of services. Okay, it is doing some service list. Okay, that's good. Then check attacks functionality under development. So it's a static page. I'm not able to perform or look into anything useful from here. So another step that I would perform is to always go through. Let's open another terminal. Is to go through some scanning for the files and folders in the web page. So whenever I have a static page or I'm clueless where to go in the page, all that I do is to copy the URL and then run a puff scan for the word list, Pranava Rao, tools, fuzzing list, sec list, discovery, web contents, and what else? What else? Raft, medium, then files.txt to the host. That's what I'm specifying here. Paste it in there, and then I will say fuzz. So with this, I'm trying to fuzz for some of the files for the after this URL. Look for some files which can be useful for us. So let's run for the scan, look for any files which we can try to look or explore, something like that. Let's just see if there is any robos.txt file. But then it says not found. Okay. Looking for the scan. We should have got by this time if there was any files. Let's just wait. So even after 6,000 requests, there seems to be none. Which actually, even if I complete the scan, it's going will not be finding any files there because there is no files in there which is useful for us or which is present in the file text file. So what we can do is we will change this from files to folders or directories. So medium directories.txt, and then I will fuzz for some folders there. So immediately when I do that, I get the assets page. So I'll just copy that. Usually in typical scenarios, the assets page is not that of an interesting thing because there is nothing going to be there other than some images, folders, or anything like that, which is helping for the UI to look good. So all the CSS, no, yeah, CSS files are going to be saved there. We don't see anything there. Fine, assets is the one page which we can't look into, but can we see any services which is running like for this UI or something? So if I go to the vaporizer file here, it says chart JS is there and then jQuery is present, but not something that we can exactly work with or deal with to exploit this machine. So the next step, what I thought was to look for the headers of this file. Now there are multiple ways. Either I can open through burp suite and look for the headers of it, or what I can do is I'll just kill this session of the fuzzing scan, whatever is happening, and you can use curl. So curl has an option to look for some headers. So how do I do it? I forgot. There's a command to look for headers. Yeah, header. No, show document info. So head. So head is an option, and then there is one more, pass as is, I guess. Wait, let me just look at the man page of curl. So man curl, and then slash pass is or pass as something like that. Nothing found. Okay. Hyphen pass. Let's look for that. No, not pass. There's one thing like that. Let's search. No. Oh no, path as it is. Okay. Sorry, I forgot. So we have an option for looking at path as s. We'll not get into it right now, but we'll look at the header of this. So let's clear the window once again. So curl, and then I will say head of this domain, or this IP address. So here we look at the header file, and content is text HTML. It's set to UTF-8 encoding. Then content length is number of characters which are present in that page. Then date and time of it. But in the servers thing, we see ahito to be present. So ahito, I mean IO2 IO HTTP. Please forgive the pronunciation, but yeah, for this service is vulnerable. So if I just copy this header and then paste in here, and then say vulnerability, it's going to give me a list of vulnerabilities of this particular exploit. So I'll just randomly open so many links here for the vulnerability of IO2. No, why is that T? IOHTTP. IOHTTP. I don't know how to pronounce it. Anyone who can help me with the pronunciation can comment down below. Okay, so this is a vulnerability. Let's just go through any description page, or we can even go through NIST. NIST has a good explanation about it. Yeah. So here. So NIST document shows us the description about the what vulnerability can be there in this service if it is running this particular version. I'll just give you a summary of it. So basically, if this particular service is running, which means that there is open of directory traversal. I can look for any of the files which is present in the system through any of the folders which is there in the system. So I can select like dot slash and dot slash for looking at any of the files which is present in the system at the root level access itself. So it has no limitations of which user is supposed to be accessing what kind of files. So I can perform that with this version of service which is running for Python or whatever is imported for running this service. So we will exploit this vulnerability. Now, I initially took a lot of time because I went through these exploits. I did not understand what this POC is doing and all those things. I just went through this. I cloned many of the repositories, and I was like running these scripts to identify and then look at if I can find something useful. But then I later realized that if there is any directory traversal, or if I can find for some files which is not supposed to be shown, if there is any folder which is available in the system, what I can do is I can scroll up, and we had seen that we have an assets folder here. So I can search for that and then say assets, then slash, say dot slash for X number of times, just in case. And then I will say etc pass wd. It says 404 not found, but then any Linux system has etc pass wd file in it. So it's weird. So what I thought is, let's go through curl and then do it. Just to verify if it's the error of the browser or if it's my error. So what I will do is I'll say curl, and then I will say -c, then I will say path as s, and then I will specify the header of this. So I'll copy that, paste it in here, and instead of just that, I will say assets. I guess that's the right spelling of the asset, whatever is specified here. Let's just copy that itself for the safer side. So let's copy this. Then paste this in here, then give a slash. I'll say dot slash. It's like basically going to the root directory of the Linux system. Enough of this much, I guess. Then press enter. It says 404 not found. That's weird. Okay. One second. There's a way how I can overcome that. So curl help. There's another option for show response headers in the output. No, I forgot the command. I am not sure of it. Let's go to my document which I have made. Let's just scroll down. I want to know the curl command. Why is that not scrolling? I'm not sure. Let's scroll fast. Scroll down. Scroll down. Uh, curl hyphen s. Sorry, which says silent mode. No, okay. Hyphen s asses, and then that's what I have specified there. Okay, let's just change that to pyth hyphen s. uh it says 404 not found itself. What is wrong here? Path access http pass wd is the right command. Let's just I'll change this. I'll just copy the same command and then paste it in here. Oh, what's wrong here? So curl hyphen s path as is, http the same thing is given, the IP address, a as set, okay, etc passwd. Why did that not work? I'm adamant now. I just want to check why that did not work. uh let's just change that. Let's change to few number of dot slashes. It still says 404 not found. Why? I'm not sure. Etc pass wd. Pass wd. Is it with the URL? So curl hyphen s path as it is. And then I will say, I'll paste that in here. Oh no, it is with the command itself then. So, oh, I forgot to put the dot slash. Sorry, the hyphen. Okay, fine. Yeah, with this, we will get the files. Okay, so we are getting the etc password files here. So if that is possible, let's just even showcase shadow file. Let's see if it's available. So which means yes, so I'm able to access the shadow file, which is only applicable for the root users who are present in the system, which means that we can even get the root flag. So I'll say root and then root.txt, which shows us the root flag of the system, which means we can compromise the root user. Here we can even go to .ssh and then say id underscore rsa file. That will just even showcase this one, which we can copy and even log in as root for this system. Let's just do that also. So nano and I'll say id underscore rsa, then paste in this things, exit y, enter. Then I will say ssh hyphen I id rsa. Before that, let's say root at chemistry.htb. That should log us in without the password. Come on, you should not ask password now, no? Unprotected private key file. So how does that matter to you? Just pat permissions. Oh, okay, there was no permission given to it. But why? I don't know. What is present in the IDRSA file? It should have allowed me, but then it is not. Okay, maybe SSH is logged in. Fine. It's not supported or whatever that thing is. Okay, so but we get the flag from that. You all understand the concept, I guess. Okay, with that, we have finished solving for the chemistry machine successfully. So that is it. That is it for today's video. Then I will, yeah, nothing else to say. Okay, so if you enjoyed watching this video, click on that like button. It helps me a lot. It motivates me a lot. And if you want to share some other type of exploits or other type of methods for solving this, or you want to share something to me, you can comment down below. I can communicate to you back. Then, if you're new to this channel, please hit on that subscribe button. It's going to be motivating me a lot. Uh, that is it. That's it. I would like to end the video here itself. Wishing you all to stay happy and stay smiling. So, bye bye.